welcome to my first update on the porcelain sweater. If you hear any honking, there are geese. I am at my grandma's house. She's got a pond and a couple of dogs outside. So if you hear geese or barking or anything, I've got dogs in the background. It is December 30th. I was not supposed to start the porcelain sweater until the 1st. I was gonna be like my New Year cast on, but my other project that I brought, I finished it, or I got to the point I needed to stop and I didn't bring any more. So I decided I was going to cast on, and I have casted on. I've gauge swatched, I've casted on, and I've gotten, sorry, I'm using my hand as the tripod. I didn't bring a tripod. I wasn't planning on starting this, and I was supposed to come back on the 1st, so impromptu filming. But yes, so I've almost finished. I think I have one more row of the shoulder shaping. I'm using natural sunlight, so the sun is going down because it is almost 4:30, 4:20. But yes, I will update you when I am back home, and just wanted to show this is not even probably like an hour of work. So I will update you how far I get by the time I get back home. So hello, welcome to this is a project vlog. Welcome to January 2nd. Happy New Year. We'll get you closer. This is the second update. I'm back home, obviously. We got home last night, and it was a long drive, but I couldn't work on it a lot during the drive, of it coming back home, because my ball of alpaca was, it ran out. Literally, like, I got 2 rows done during the drive, and then it wasn't, which was kind of disappointing because it's a 4-hour drive, but I was not expecting how much I would get done, or the fact that I was supposed to start it that day, yesterday on the 1st, and I started it 2 days early, so I started on the 30th instead of the 1st. So this is actually day 4 of working on it. I think it's day 4. Hold on, let me double check. Yep, started it on the 30th. So, but yeah, so I will give you a little update. I just, to make sure those don't fall off, joined. So last time you saw it, I was working on, literally had just cast it on and was working on the finish. Was probably, I think, 1 row away from doing the shoulder, finishing the shoulder shaping, and now I have finished the back panel and the back color work and have done both shoulders and joined the front. So I finished the back panel yesterday. So, and then I finished the short row. There are two constructions for this pattern. You can either cast on and then do your shoulders the same way you did your back and then seam it up, or you can pick up stitches and then do short rows and then continue on. So I hate seaming, and it was honestly super easy to do the short rows. So I recommend, if you're doing the porcelain sweater, just do the short rows. The most confusing part was using your tail to pick up stitches, but if you look up like porcelain sweater shoulders or something similar to that um, on TikTok, there's a really good video that I used to do that. But yes, so I've now joined and I finished. So this is what the that colorwork pattern looks like. Let's see. Oh, let's straighten that out. So, and it was way simpler than I thought it was going to be in order to do colorwork purling. The only little I wanted to do is that in the pattern, in the beginning, you have this row right here this is one row of straight white, and then you have to work every other, and then you have another row of straight blue. So you have to carry whichever color you're not working on for those rows across the whole of the piece, which is kind of annoying, but like not horrible. But yeah, other than that, it's been really fun and felt like it's been working up like really fast. For it's a fingering with lace, so I'm not totally sure. I think that's like a DK weight, maybe. I'm not totally sure. But yeah, so I have all day. It's actually it's 1:40. I didn't realize it was 1:40. I haven't been working on it. I worked on it this morning, and then I haven't in a couple hours because I ate lunch, and then I did the prep for my 2025 like goals video, which I'm planning on filming tomorrow. It might kind of be like a knit and chat, but yeah, so I haven't totally figured that out, but I'm going to film it tomorrow so then I can edit it on Saturday and then post it for Monday. And then this obviously will come out whenever I finish this, hopefully before what day is, hold on, let me look. Hopefully, okay, I just looked at the calendar, so hopefully this will be out by the 20th. That gives me 3 weeks. I've already kind of started editing and putting the clips together and like all that. So that's another thing. I stopped and I edited the couple of clips I have already. So sorry, I'm like down to like the last vestiges of a thing. So yes, just an update, hopefully all that. So I will see you when when I've joined for the underarms is when I will update again. So once I've finished the color work pattern for a second time and then joined the piece together and started working on the body. So I will see you then. welcome to the third update, I believe. It's okay, my mic's on. Sorry, I literally woke up like 10 minutes ago because I was supposed to wake up at 7, but I woke up and promptly turned my alarm off and went back to sleep. Thankfully, I had another alarm set for 8:30, so it is now 8:40 on Sunday the 5th. I was totally going to film this update yesterday, but it just kept getting later and later, and by the time I was like, okay, I'll film it like right before I go to bed, it like didn't happen. Sorry, you're like crooked. Yeah, so it didn't happen because I was really tired, and I just wanted to go to bed. So here is the update. Well, and a bit of recap. So yesterday, I hadn't left the house since like we got home on the 1st. I don't remember what day the 1st was. Thursday, I think. So we got home Thursday the 1st, I believe. And I haven't left the house since. So I was really itching to like go on a walk, but it had just snowed, so I wasn't like gonna go to the dog park or any of like the hikes or like whatever, because the snow wouldn't be like removed or packed down at all. So instead I took like a tiny 5-minute walk up the street with my dog to the mailbox and got the mail, which was a good thing because there were some bills and stuff in there for my parents. So that was my little excursion yesterday, but for the most part I stayed home and knitted and watched some movies with my parents. So last time you saw this, I think I hadn't joined for the underarm. I've now joined for the underarm, and I have done almost to the next chunk of color work. I think this is 13 rows, so I have 5 more rows or rounds before the color work, next color work section. So I finished the leaf. Oh, that's not good. That's the starting round. So I finished the leaf color work section. That's actually pretty hard, and I really, really like it. So far, it's my favorite. I think it's gonna be my favorite one. Thought it was gonna be super hard to do, and it's not. None of these are super hard to do, and this is like working up so fast. I don't know if that's because I have a lot of time in it or what, but today I was actually, I don't know why I joined on New York. I wasn't thinking last night because today I was planning on doing the collar. So I think I'm going to do the collar. I'm just going to work from the opposite ends of these balls and knit the collar and then continue on with the body. Just to like, actually, no, I'll continue on with the body because then the collar will break up the sleeves. I did try it on last night and it's fitting good. It's big, it's oversized, it's how I wanted it. So it's fitting like I wanted it, it's looking like I wanted it. I don't think I ever actually told you, because, no, I did, never mind. I was going to talk about the duplicate stitching. But, yes, I think I'm going to finish the body and then start that, just because I don't know what I want it to look like. I kind of want it to be all over the body, but I want it to like start from like kind of a singular point and then crack out, but I'm not totally sure. It might make more sense for it to like start here and then crackle out like that, and then start somewhere else and like crackle out and join so that they're like defined pieces, but I don't know. So that's my update. Sorry, it got really dark because I moved away from the camera. Okay. Hello. Today is Tuesday, January 7th. I am currently casting off the body. I don't know what you guys have seen. I don't remember when the last time I updated you guys was, but let me finish this quick sequence and then I will lift it up so you guys can see. But I'm using the tubular / Italian bind off method, just because I like the way it looks. I don't know if I'm liking the way it looks right now, but it is what it is. I'm not ripping it out, especially because there's alpaca fluffiness. So I have tried it on twice now. So that's, and then the bottom here. So that's my cast off so far. I don't know if I actually like I like the look of this cast off method, but then I always feel like it looks like wavy. So yesterday was the first day of school. So I started school. I got a lot of work done for school. So there wasn't a lot of knitting, but I finished this color work chart, and then I did 5 rows and started, and I was supposed to do 3 inches of ribbing, but I believe I've only done about 2, just because I tried it on and I was like, yes, this is the perfect length. This is exactly what I wanted. So I don't know when this will get done, but I'm thinking I want to have it cast off. Obviously, it'll get cast off today. I will just keep casting off, and then I think I'm gonna put the because I've got good mojo going. So I think I'm gonna put the collar on next, and then I'm gonna steam block it so that the drop shoulder, the shoulders kind of lay flat, and I would do a mid-project block, but I kind of have a deadline for this. I don't think I've told you guys this, and I don't know. I will definitely tell you in the podcast, but I'm going to Scotland, and I'm leaving my house on the 21st to drive down to Sacramento, and then from Sacramento, I'm gonna stay the night at my grandma's house with my sister and my grandma, and then we are driving to San Francisco and flying out of San Francisco to fly to Scotland, and I'm gonna spend, including travel days, it'll be 8 days total with 2 travel days. So I'm gonna do some fun things. I'm gonna get permission. I'm gonna ask my sister and kind of get permission, see if she's okay with a little bit of vlogging. I'm not gonna do a whole bunch. It'll just be some clips and probably some photos and stuff. I'm not gonna have a tripod or anything. It's literally just gonna be my phone. So I don't know how good anything's gonna be, but bare minimum, if she's not okay with me posting, I will still vlog, and then, or she doesn't want her face shown, I will still vlog, even with clips of her, and I just won't show you guys the clips with her in it. But yes, so I would like this done before Scotland, which it is, I think this is going to be the fastest I've ever done a sweater. Watch me jinx it. I have a wood table, so that's fine. So yeah, I've been working on this for 9 days. Let me finish this tubular bind off sequence, and then I will show you the full thing so far. Okay, Oh, you're poking through. Please don't do that. And I don't know what this is, but there's definitely gonna need blocking because woo, don't know if you can see that very well, but yes, because you can see the ripples in like these sections and even down here in between the color work that'll need to get blocked out, and I don't know why that is because like it all stretches nicely, so I just need to block it kind of stretched out to account for that. Dude, my mom is shedding so much. And I say that because I found so many brown hairs while I was knitting this, and I'm blonde. My mom is brunette, so they're definitely her hairs. And I'm like, they're just like in every part of this piece. So I know, but my dad was watching me. I'm procrastinating, so you're gonna get a long one. My dad was watching me do this on the couch last night, and he's like, if you ever want to make me like another sweater, I would totally take one of those. I was like, and then my mom was piped up and she was like, yeah, me too. And I was like, so like y'all want matching family sweaters? So I don't know, maybe that'll happen. Probably not though, or not anytime soon. I think I did that wrong, but I'm not taking it out. Oh yes, and then okay, my dad reassured me that like no one would ever see it. Like I'm being a perfectionist and I see it, but like I barely see it, so I'm like okay with it, and it's kind of why I didn't take it out. But apparently, this last colorwork chart was just slightly confusing because I made a slight mistake. But it's only like it's not even like for the full row. It's for 5 of the repeats, and like not even all of them are consecutive. So let me show you. Let me see if I can find it again. First thing. So this is what the motif is supposed to look like. It almost looks like a sun or something, but on over here. So I'm not going to show you just like the singular one, or actually I will. So in this sequence, correct, then I messed it up here, and then I did it correct again, and then I went back and decided, nope, I wanted to mess it up 4 more times. And that's like all the mistakes, and it's on the back. So I'm like, cool, not for me, don't care, whatever, but I can see it, and sometimes it annoys me, but it doesn't annoy me enough that it was worth like going back. And it's literally like not even the outside, it's just the diamond motif is messed up. So yes, okay, well that was a long update, but I will see you once I have. I'm not gonna say that because I will never stick to it. I'm not gonna, or I won't say never. Never say never, but I will most likely. It is more likely than it is not that I will not stick to updating you when I tell you I'm going to update you. So I will try and update you once I've picked up stitches for the collar, but more than likely you're not going to get an update until the collar is done. So I will see you sometime in making the collar. Oh yes, I painted my nails yesterday. They're like not very good because I did it by myself, or I did it myself, but it's a nice purple and I'm happy. So bye. See you whenever I see you. be updating when I said I would be. But today is Wednesday the 8th, and I have finished the collar. So I am actually going to take this upstairs. Oh, this would be a cute vest. Just put some stuff on. I'm going to take this upstairs. I'm going to steam block it. I'm going to try and straighten out the shoulders here. Let it hang. And work on another project. So maybe edit the video some, and then work on probably my dad's sweater is what I would want to do. Yeah, little thing, using 2 separate needle sizes. So this was on this side and this was on this side. For you it would be like that, but this was on the side I was knitting the stitches with, in order to create a looser cast off so that it's a bit stretchier. There were really no instructions other than like kind of a general stitch count. She said approximately this stitch count for the neck, and then to knit a certain length and then fold it over, but pretty stretchy. It should go over my head. Yeah, and just like knit it, fold it over, and knitted it down, and then cast off. I probably could have cast it off as I was knitting it down, but that was a bit too much. I realized I could do that about halfway through doing this, and I was like, I'm not going back. And then I did Jenny's surprisingly stretchy cast off for my cast off. But yes, I'm gonna go do a quick steam block and let it hang or be pinned out straight. I don't know. It all depends on what it looks like once I get it up there. Okay, you get off-camera me because I just got or not just got out of shower, but I finished all of my like bedtime routine, including a shower, so my face is insanely red and I do not want to show it. But as you can see, I started the duplicate stitch. That's better. And for the cracks and stuff, and I'm going to take it out. I really don't like the yellow. It's yellow. It's not gold. I decided not to use the mohair because it just was contrasting too much. So I think I'm going to get some Knitting for Olive Merino and maybe duplicate stitch with that. Great thing about duplicate stitch, you can add it anytime. So yes, and then I've also started the sleeve. You can see it's on a try-on cable right now because I want to do the sleeves 2 at a time just so I don't lose momentum. So I'm gonna come over here, pick up the stitches tonight before I go to bed, maybe knit a couple rounds, and then go to sleep. So that is your update. I put the obviously I put the collar on. I did some on the duplicate stitch in the back. You can kind of see where it is, but I'm minus duplicate stitch. I love the idea, but my parents summarized it perfectly. I took it from like a classic everyday sweater to an art piece with the duplicate stitching and making it like kintsugi vase rather than just a porcelain vase. And I think I want it classic for right now, but I will see if I like it with the Knitting for Olive Merino. It's just not going to happen in the vlog and the timeline I want. Sorry, that's my hair. So, yep, quick update. Hopefully I'll come back when I have the first colorwork section of both sleeves done. Hello and welcome to I hit a wall after the yellow incident, and it is now Tuesday the 14th. Yes, it's so there's been, I just like kind of didn't work on it for a while, and then I took out most of what was supposed to be the gold, which is more just yellow. So I'm gonna finish this row, and then I will show you what I've done so far. Okay, so I'm working the sleeves 2 at a time. I don't know what I remember what I've told you, but I finished both color work charts. I am just knitting the final like white section length for this sleeve that I want to the length that I want, and then this one I have just done the first one, so I need to do. I was going to stop and do this color work, color work on this sleeve, and then finish this sleeve, and then switch over to the second sleeve, because that's how I've been doing it. I've been doing it color work, or this one I did main color or main part, and then I did main part color work plus, and then I came over here and I did color work plus this. Sorry, my dog's outside. I gotta go let him in. Actually, you can watch this because it's super easy. Wow. And then color work main part. Then I finished this and I did main part color work. So I was gonna stop and come over here and do color work and then finish it, and then come over here and finish it. But I was like, I'm kind of done having 4 balls of yarn attached to this project, so I'm just gonna finish it, and then I'll spend tomorrow doing this, and hopefully it'll be done. Yes, so that's my update. I'll probably update you again when it's completely finished, hopefully in the next day or two. Hopefully by Thursday, so the 16th, it is done. But yes, I will be back quickly. I'm halfway through the last color work motif. I'm a bit annoyed. So I'm working these patterns and it's a very wide sleeve. Oh, I don't know if I told you, but I finished this sleeve and so it's super wide, so I put in some decreases. So this taper, like you can see there's like a pretty quick taper right here. I decreased by 20 stitches on 2 rounds. So I like knitted my 18 rounds to finish out the sleeve, switched my needles, and was like, this is really big. I don't really like wide sleeves. Like, this is probably still a bit wide, but I didn't want to decrease by any more. So I just like knit around and decrease 10, knit around and decrease 10. I used an online knitting decrease calculator. And then I knit 2 inches of ribbing. Simply because I really like the look of 2 inches of ribbing. I did the same on the bottom. I really like the look of 2 inches of ribbing more than I like 3. But I'm annoyed because this is a paid pattern, so I don't know how much I can like tell you guys. But the way the chart is set up is it's like one chart and then all the sizes are on that chart, and she just had like different starting points for each size. And in the chart she has like them decrease however many times each size needs to decrease. For the sleeve taper, which again is not much. Like, I think by now I've decreased by like 4 times, however many stitches that is. So yes, but the thing is she has the decreases in the chart, then you do another set of decreases here, and then you go into the chart. And it happened with this sleeve where like the chart was looking like it was supposed to match up, but then it ended up not. Like, again, it's kind of hard for me to find because it's not super noticeable. So like that, it's supposed to look like that. And so like this, I was just like, oh yeah, okay. It's just the stair-stepping of the pattern is not quite matching up nicely and like stuff. And I did some stuff to try and fix it, and it's not working. So then when it was still not like looking nicely, doing it my second time, I counted the stitches. And for my size, it would work. The chart would work if I hadn't have done, it's 4, there's 5. If I hadn't have done the decreases here, then it would have worked perfectly fine. But because I followed the pattern, like she said, and did the decreases in this section, I should, based off of my stitch count, move down to, I'm knitting the large, I believe. So the large, extra large, and 2XL are all on the same chart right now. I should have moved down to the medium, small, and extra small size based on my stitch count for the chart, and that would make it line up how she wanted it and like based on stitch count. So I'm like annoyed because that hurts. I need to put chapstick on. But I'm annoyed because like this is a paid pattern that's been out for, hold on, let me find out. It's been out for at least a year. I'm pretty sure it's gone through library. I'm going to Revelry to look at it. There is an update, but I got like an email about it, but it said the update was for the German pattern. Let's see. Update this pattern. Okay, so this is the updated pattern. So the original pattern came out in February of 23. So let's see what the updated pattern looks like. So let's do English. Okay, let's see if I don't know what the problem was. I can also probably look at my email. Okay, so it doesn't look like it was the chart that was updated. Yeah, the chart was not updated. So I might comment or do something like I'll figure out a way to delete it. It's fine. So let me look at my, so it was not updated because of the chart, but that's just like annoying to me that a pattern would have this kind of, and I don't know if this is a big problem. I should probably look at the other projects and stuff, but yeah, it's frustrating. Let's search. I don't know how to spell Ravelry, apparently. I always just put I go to it enough. A-R-V-E. R-A-V-E. R-A-V-E. I am L-Y. I see nothing. Maybe it's still in my actual inbox. Oh, yes. Okay. So the German version was edited at the motif. So it's, I don't know. It's just frustrating because this is like a paid pattern. It's not that much like now that I know about it, but like, let's see. Can I go look at projects? I'm not deleting it. How do I look at projects? I don't use Ravelry very often, so you're seeing me. There we go. Wow, there's 1,559. Whoa, some of these are so pretty. It's definitely making me want to redo this. So I am going to someone else used the same needles I did. That's funny. Who is this? How do I find it? I don't know how I find the name of the person, but she also is using I'm assuming it's a she. She doesn't use her face in any of the photos. Uses a 4.5 millimeter and to meet gauge and a 3.75 millimeter for rib. Because I also am using the 3.5. So it says use 4.5 millimeters to meet gauge and 3.75 millimeters for rib instead of 3.5, just because I couldn't find the right needles. Rib is 1x1 twisted knit and purl. I think it just looks neater. I probably should have done twisted. I should probably do just twisted and rib because I don't like the way my ribbing looks. It looks very open, but it is what it is now. But yeah, so I'm using my 3.5s on the Bernadette blouse, which I haven't worked on at all. So it's funny. What do I call it? Oh, okay, so she does. Oh, I really gotta figure out where's the names? Oh, nope, that's the name of the pattern. So she saw the same problem. I should have read the Ravelry notes of people. I don't use Ravelry. So she does say, color chart C does not repeat perfectly all the way around for the sleeves. To picture 4, I guess this could not be helped, but I'm not in love with how it looks and wish this was mentioned explicitly in the pattern as I was frustrated things were not matching up and had to scour projects and photos to see what I was what it was supposed to look like. Yeah, I'm also... I agree. She's knitting the medium, which is the size down. So she could maybe, I don't know, don't look very closely, but yeah, I think the real problem would come with extra small, because that's the smallest size. So you would have to like go figure out your own kind of chart repeats, which is not fun and obviously not a problem she's fixed. So let me see what hers looked like. Oh, hers is even worse. So hers is also I think she was doing a different method, but for me, I guess mine kind of looks like that. But my leaf motif, it does have a line where the first stitches, but it looks better than hers looks. Like hers is pretty obvious, but of a jog. But yeah, so that's my frustrated rant about the thing. And now I will start reading. Oh, wrong orientation of my hands. Due to dominance in color dominance, I'm keeping the blue just because this is what it started out with. The blue has to be below the white. So my white stays above and my blue stays down below. So if that's 3, I'm catching my float here, 4, 5. So I can either work it with my white in my right hand, so English style, and my left continental, or, which is generally what I do for 1x1 color work, or I keep both in this hand and then I can just knit my blue, holding my yarn like this, and then I knit the blue. So that's why, like, if you see my hands switched, it's literally just color dominance and comfortability, because I am mainly a continental. Even though I learned English style, 2, 3, wait. I learned English in the 5th grade. I crocheted more. Like, I started crocheting again in high school. So it just kind of stuck. Sorry, I'm really tired. I got up, kind of was forced into wakingness by first my alarm, and then my mom needed to move my car and she couldn't find my keys, so she was like yelling at me and she needed to leave very fast. So I had to like bleary-eyed, I don't know what the word I'm trying to say is, get up and find my keys. But this is, I'm looking at more of the projects. Is there a way to say like stuff was helpful? Oh, you can say it was a favorite. Oh, and Anne Meekam's Porcelain, I think that's her name. I'm definitely thinking I want to do this in a different color, because there's some really pretty ones. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to do this pattern again because both my parents want sweaters. So having them kind of do their own pattern or their own colors would be nice. I'm seeing a lot of pink and a lot of green. with white, but hers really stood out. And I'm just gonna say Anna's, because it was brown, like the main color was brown and the secondary was white. There's a lot of the original colors. Ooh, here's a green and white. So green main color, white accent. Another green and white. They're white and green, so the color works in green. This is really cool to see. Might have to, oh, yellow? That would be a fun one. Okay, I gotta get back to knitting. I don't know. Realizing there's so many people in this colorway. I love this colorway, but I'm kind of like, should I have made it in this colorway? I might edit this down because I don't want this video to be like an hour long. Hello and welcome to the first Saturday, the 1st of February, and the outro of my very first project vlog. So, as you would have seen in my podcast episode, I finished the porcelain sweater. So it's just gonna be a quick recap of my thoughts on the pattern and the yarn and the finished project, because I have worn this a couple of times, like 4 or 5, no, probably closer to 3 or 4 times. So I really like the pattern. It was quite well written. The only qualm I have with it is the charts for, I don't know about the leaf chart, so this one, so this is a leaf chart, but this chart, I think it's chart D, the 3rd chart, for the sleeves is wrong. It does not line up properly. So, hold on, I got some pilling, but it does not line up properly, and that is because the stitch count does not match up. I believe I put more details into my Revelry page on this. I will put my Revelry down below, and I'll put the link to the page, or I'll put the link to the page down below. But yes, so she has you do a decrease here, so a decrease set here that alters that if you don't do it. So if you do not do the decrease here, this pattern will match up. But if you do decide to do the decrease, like the pattern tells you to do, I figured out for my size is large, because I did the size large, which has 124-inch bust, which is given me, I don't know the final measurement, but it was supposed to give me 124 or 24 centimeters of positive ease, which is in the range. It's at the higher end of the range. I believe it's so I love the fit. You can't see, I will. But yes, so for me, the sleeves were quite big, but so I did do the increase because I was following the pattern and I didn't know. And yeah, and so the pattern didn't line up. So if you do the decrease, at least for the size large and extra large, I believe, because she kind of combines the sizes. So the large and extra large, I believe, you can size down on the chart, and the stitch counts will then match up perfectly. For this last one, the let me see. So the chart here doesn't line up nicely for up here, but that's kind of expected, so I didn't mind it. There's nothing wrong with stitch counts there that I can tell. I didn't do a deep dive into it, but other than that, I did do, because I like my sleeves a bit tighter, I did do 2 rounds. So I finished the length I wanted. I did 2 rounds around of 10 decreases in each round, and then I went into my ribbing, and I did significantly reduce the ribbing. I believe I did like 1.5 inches of ribbing, maybe 2 inches of ribbing for on both sleeves and the body, and I did the neck ribbing to the measurements just because it is a folded over neckband. Yes, I did not use the yarn in the pattern. I don't think I actually ever did an intro for this, so it just kind of jumped right in, so you didn't get the yarn and stuff. But I used Drops Flora and Drops Brushed Alpaca. Sorry, my dad's making lunch, so I don't know if you can hear him. But the main color is off-white for both, and then the blue of the contrast color is indigo for Drops Flora and cobalt for Drops Brushed Alpaca Silk. In order to meet gauge, I did do a gauge swatch. In order to meet gauge, I had to size up to a 4.5 millimeter needle, and that was not with blocking or anything, because like if I'm hitting gauge with unblocked yarn, it'll get bigger, which I'm okay with blocking generally for this project at least. And I used a 3.75 for the ribbing just because I was using my 3.5 for other projects. They were being used. Yeah, I have worn this 3 or 4 times now. Very, very soft, very warm. I wore this in Scotland the day Storm Eowyn, I believe is how you say it, like when that blew through, and it was this plus my rain jacket plus like a hood, so fleece hood, and instead of a scarf and stuff, and I was almost overheating. I wore this the day after the storm blew in, so it wasn't raining, so I was able to take my outside jacket or my rain jacket off. But yes, very, very warm. Definitely pills. So I pulled the pills off because you can't really shave this, so I don't think you can see any, but at least on the arms, because I was walking, so my arms were swinging, so all of my underarm was kind of covered in the start of pills. Let's see, are there any on this side? I see a few on the side, because of the fluffiness of the drops. The brushed alpaca is kind of a statement of the sweater. You can't shave it, so I've just been picking off the pills as I see them. And yeah, I think that's everything. So this is my porcelain sweater. The sleeves definitely blocked out along. They hit me along just over this set of knuckles when I knit them to be about here. I blocked them, stretched them out to be 21 inches. I do my bust in centimeters just because it's easier for me, because generally my bust measurement is 39 inches, and that is not really a size in most patterns, but 100 centimeters is kind of more in that range. So my bust size is in centimeters and everything else is in inches. I don't know how long it is. It hits perfectly at my hip. It's the perfect oversized sweater. I have half a mind to put some elastic in this, but for right now I think it's okay. It definitely dropped. Obviously my shoulder is up here and this is all the way down here. I'm actually wearing a shirt underneath and it hits right where my sleeve would go. So you could probably make it into an oversized t-shirt if you wanted. But yeah, I will definitely be making this again. Probably not any anytime soon, but both my mom and dad would love one. So if I ever need a gift, I know what to make them. I don't know if they'd want the same colors, if they'd want different ones, but a little ways off. But yes. So that is my porcelain sweater. This is going to be a long one, so hopefully people actually watch it. But I hope you have had a wonderful first month of 2025 and got a lot of knitting done while watching this. So, bye.